can check him after this session.
Thank you.
And next to me is Alan Koenings. I'm Pete Lilly. We are both editors of Rhythm Magazine, which transitioned from print magazine to online earlier this year. It's behind a paywall which allows us to avoid everything that makes the internet so annoying these days. We don't do clickbait, we don't chase outrage, and we don't let algorithms dictate what we like and what we see. And it's only €2 a month, so it's not even a beer. Now let's start with our special guest. To give you all an idea of the energy that Queen Omega radiates, I want to start off the session with a song, Touch in a Deep Place.
This is America, Reggae Ambassador, a.k.a. Queen Omega. Hot and fire. Be ready, I be say,
That was a quite recent song from 2025. I think it's the Irie Ides production from Switzerland? Switzerland. France. Queen Omega, with all the different musical influences that you have absorbed over the years, I mentioned calypso, soca, soul, R&B, hip-hop, and dancehall. What made you pick reggae as the genre of your choice?
Reggae music did something for me, you know, growing up listening reggae. Of course, I listen to all genres, but for me, reggae is gospel. You know, it's conscious, deeply conscious, and I really chose to do reggae because it allowed me to stay true to my roots, true to who I am, because I grew up as a deeply spiritual girl. My family, we grew up praying a lot, and my mom, she told me that my voice is a gift. And because I have this gift, I have to sing for Jah. And that's why I chose to do reggae music, because reggae music is the only music that I heard Jah, you know, being called as a girl and being magnified, and I say, yeah, it's gonna be reggae. I made that choice from very young too.
Okay, so I already answered my next question, which is when and how you became aware of your extraordinary voice, which could easily lead a gospel choir. So it was your mom, or were there other inputs?
My mom, she planted a seed, because from ever since I know myself, I was always singing. From like preschool, I remember one core memory. There was a time where, you know, at that time you're 3-4 years, so you're restless. The class was restless, and the teacher put me to the front, and I sang. And when I was singing, the class got very quiet. And this is one of the core memories that I have. So I was singing from very young, and I sang all throughout my school years. So I knew that I was talented because everyone called on me to sing. Like all my years during school, I was the singer. And my mom, she just told me when she realized that, you know, my level of popularity, because I was very popular in my hometown, in my community, in my school, I was very popular. So she told me, this voice that you have, you know, it's a gift from the Most High, and you have to sing music to praise Him, because that's the gift, and you can't go around it. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Queen Omega, can you tell us a little bit about actually where you grew up and what the environment was like?
I grew up in San Fernando, and you see how you all fanning? It's like this. It's very warm. it's just like the same environment, you know. I grew up as the only girl, of course, so I was always the queen in my home. 4 brothers and very strict. My father was very strict, you know, very strong with his discipline, and I grew up in a Christian home. And as I said before, we used to gather like every 6 o'clock to pray. And when that time reached, you need to drop whatever you're doing because dad is ready, and you know, we would gather and pray. So I grew up in a praying home, and I grew up with a lot of responsibility because I was the only girl. Although I had 2 older brothers, I'm in the middle, and I have 2 younger ones. For some reason, my parents always called upon me to like do the heavy job. And I remember at one time when I started to cook, I was very young, like 13. From the moment I started to cook, it was game over. My dad and my mom stopped cooking, and I was the main cook. Yeah, so I grew up with a lot of responsibility, and I grew up knowing that, hey, you're kind of genuine, you know, you're kind of special. And my parents always call upon me. I remember my dad, when he get the salary, sometimes if mom is not home, he would give me the salary and say, put it away when mom come. And I would be like, checking the money, you know, the big coil. So, you know, he put his trust in me, and, you know, I always had that responsibility. Cook, clean, you know, being the girl, I had that level of, you know, yeah.
Thank you.
You described how you were a star singer in school.
Yes.
But it's, I guess, a next step, a different thing to actually build a career. So what was that like to, you know, get a foot into the business, to get into a studio, to get on a professional stage?
Honestly, I didn't choose to be an artist. I think the artistry chose me. And why I said that, I wanted to be a nurse. And at first I wanted to be an air hostess, because I know that, you know, being an air hostess, you have to speak many languages. And I'm fascinated by language, right? So, and then I decided, okay, maybe not an air hostess, I'm gonna be a nurse, because I like healing, and I'm fascinated with the body and healing the body. So I wanted to be a nurse. So I don't even know when this came. It was like, I guess I was born to do this, knowing that I was a singer, knowing that everyone is calling upon me, praising me when I sing, asking me to sing all the time. Funerals, weddings, birthdays, parties, you name it, I'm there in the community, you know, I'm singing. So at school, I remember my classmates at one time, they were like, girl, you wasting time in school, you're a big star. And, you know, I didn't even see myself as a star, you know. I knew I can sing, and I knew when I sing, people get goosebumps, and they're like, wow, you're amazing. But it never really hit me. I think when I started to get deep in my walk as a Rastafarian, that is when the artistry came to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to listen to another song from the beginning of Queen Omega's career that already shows quite well the direction that she was going to.
Okay. Yeah, 1 second. This one is this.
And it's like when the fire is purification. And if the fire don't burn, you never try to do a fire. So I don't want fire. When you're all around,
Pop, 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 pop. Let's do it. bullet. A big tune. Yeah.
In the introduction, I referred to you as the Firewoman. Warning is a collaboration. It's from your debut album.
Yes.
So your self-titled debut album. It's a collaboration with Sizzla and Capleton, both known for their fire lyrics.
Yes.
How did this collab come about at this early stage of your career, when I can imagine it's not so easy to get these name brand artists on your album?
Okay, so what I realized about myself from very young, because I grew up with that level of spirituality, I manifest. So when I decided to be an artist, or when I was called to be an artist, because I got the name Queen Omega, I was 18, and the Rastafarian elders in the village at the time, they gave me that name because of course I was singing, and sing a song for me, sing a song for me. Princess at that time, princess, sing a song. And when I sang, there was one particular elder, a Bobo Shanti elder, he said Queen Omega, and after that day, everyone, I don't know how, everyone started calling me Queen Omega. So I say, okay, this is a heavy name, and it's a powerful name, and this is going to be my name as a reggae artist. And it just, you know, everything just came together, and I was invited to go to London to record my debut album. And after I recorded most of the tracks, we needed to do some collabs. And they took me to Jamaica. My team at the time, Zach and Mickey D. Mickey D, of course, he's a Jamaican. So they took me to Anchor Music Works, and they introduced me to one producer named Dr. Marshall. Dr. Marshall had this particular track, Hard Not to Crack. He was the producer of this track. And of course, when he heard my voice, he was blown away and he was going crazy. And I remember of course, let me put this out there. I love this track, and I always wanted to be on this track because Garnet Silk, you know, Capleton, all the heavy, like the heavy rollers. I was like, I call this one the heavy rollers, and I was like, I needed to be on a track like this. So that's why I said I always manifested, because years after, I'm in the studio with the producer who produced the track, and he's asking me to write something for the track. I don't know he has a plan. So I came to the studio, he was like, nah, man, I like it. I was like, I'm to you, boy. Are you named Queen Omega? I said, yes. When my warrior come harder. I said, all right. So I went back to the apartment, spent the night, vibed the rhythm, right, and I came back to the studio the following day. And he was like, it's bad, you know. But when you come harder, you know, are you named Queen Omega, you know? And them a thing, you know, them Jamaicans stay, and them a real, and them a tea, and them a... And I like, all right. Me vex, you know. I vex. Grumbling, I said, but I named Queen Omega, you don't know I named Queen Omega? But I went. And that night, I went and I wrote the lyrics. And I came to the studio, day 3. This is 3, right? 3 times the charm, right? And I start with the lyrics. It's King Selassie, who me represent. Me not read me finger. He stopped it. And he went crazy. This man, he's a genius. And I admire his work. Big up yourself, Dr. Marshall. Mad Doc. They call him Mad Doc. Right? And he allowed me to record a part, and then he went crazy and he pulled out these big tapes and he set it up, and I started hearing Capleton voice in the background, and I wonder if that is what he doing, boy. And my paws start raising, and I get my goosebumps stand up hard. I say, I can't believe it's this he doing. So I'm gone. And he was in his element. He was vibing, and while I was recording, he got the inspiration to put the Sizzla and Capleton vocals on the track.
Wow.
And by the end of the day, I was all smiling because I was like, I get through. I actually have this collaboration with Capleton and Sizzler, and that is really how it was made. It was magic.
Compared to your first 3 albums, Queen Omega, Pure Love, and Away from Babylon, you turned to a more rougher kind of sing-J style on your special delivery produced album Destiny from 2004.
Yeah.
Maybe you can describe or explain how this change in your style came
Well,
about.
it's not, for me, it's not a change. For me, it's just like an upgrade because I'm musical. Remember, I grew up listening to all these genres. It's hard for me as a talented person to choose. I love dancehall, I love reggae, I love soul. How can I choose? So I just, I grew. I was more grown. As you see, it's the 4th album. So I'm more mature, and I'm more bold. I'm brave, and I don't care what nobody say because they say, you're a singer. Yes, but I can DJ too. So I decided, listen, I'm gonna be ragamuffin because I grew up with boys. So I have that ragamuffin style, I have that militant style, and I decided to put it in the music for this particular album. And of course, the guys, GP and Pierre, they allowed me to do whatever I wanted. So I was just doing my thing, and that's how that album came about with more hardcore vibration.
Yeah, let's listen to a song from that album, song called Judgment.
Yeah. A big song.
Mine too. Great song.
A big tune.
So you started in 2001 putting out albums. This
Yes.
one is 2004. So you put out 4 albums in 4 years, which is quite an achievement. But after Destiny, you took a break until 2008 before you released your next album, Servant of Jah. What was the reason for this break? I know you are a mother of 4.
Exactly,
Does that
life.
have anything to do with it?
Life was lifing, of course. I'm a beautiful woman, And because I am Queen Omega, that name alone means mother of creation. So of course I had to take time to nurture, and to build my legacy, of course. Yeah. So at that time, I was just starting to nurture and build.
As I said, you're a mother of 4. So how do you manage even to combine family life?
A mother of 6.
music?
Let me correct you.
Oh, 6. I got that wrong. Sorry about that.
How do I?
How do you manage to combine family life, music,
Just like any
touring?
mother who has a 9 to 5, just like any working mother.
Where mothers come home at 5 and are there. And
Yes. Of course, I have that support, and I grew up my children with special teachings, and I think because they were born to a mother like me, they naturally understand the work, the sacrifice, And right now, them big, them grow so quick. Yeah, them grow now, so it's really easy, it's fun. We interact a lot. I have teenagers now, you know, so we're a team now. It's a team effort, it's a teamwork. As I said before, it's the legacy, so they understand and they do their part. Them so disciplined. They are so disciplined. Big up my youths. They are so disciplined. It's like they understand that their mother is Queen Omega. She's a reggae artist. Right now, she's quite popular. And I've been telling them this from very young. I plant the seed. I let them know, listen, there would be a time where my musical, because I call my fans my musical family. And when I'm home, they're my family. So I tell them, I had to go and meet with the musical family. They need me too. I need to share my love. I actually tell them this from very young, so they understand now that I'm more popular. They understand me. Yeah, mommy, your fans, your musical family, real big now, you know. Yeah, worldwide, they get more popular now, so they understand. More touring dates, longer tour dates, they understand, you know, and I give thanks for that.
Any of them into music?
They are into music in their own little way. I don't want to push them, but they are all talented. I am like, they blow me away. Like the last, I like to call her the last edition, the 6th. When I see her, I see myself. She's brave. She has a powerful voice, and she can freestyle already. And she's just 7. Yeah, so look out for her in a couple of years. And she already has her name. I had to give her her name because she was saying she's Queen Omega. And I'm like, no, you can't be Queen Omega. I am Queen Omega. Why I can't be Queen Omega? It's like I'm getting to see the impact that I have, the role model vibration that I have, because she's watching me in the YouTube. Sometimes she say, Mommy, I like that outfit. You look so pretty. I like how you just the shoes and you just put she is into this thing. It's like she's learning from me and she's becoming an artist because she's ready, yeah. She said she's Queen Omega, and I said, listen, it's only one Queen Omega. She said, so I say, all right, we need to give you a name. And I like, oh, you are my daughter, Mega Princess. You like that name? She said, yeah. So her artist name is actually Mega Princess, and she's on the WYFL rhythm. I had to record her because while I was doing my thing, she was already freestyling, and I put her in the booth and she recorded. So in a couple of years, look out for Mega Princess.
Even though in recent years we have seen more female reggae and dancehall artists come to the forefront, but the genre is still very much male-dominated. What do you think needs to change in order for female artists to become more visible, to get more space?
Nothing needs to change.
Nothing?
Nothing really. The woman just needs to come out. Just like how I come out. The woman, them just need to come out, because we're not waiting for no space. We are making our space. I made my space. I came from Trinidad. Trinidad is soca, calypso, soca. You could imagine the type of peer pressure I had when I was doing my little dancehall and reggae, you know? Why you don't do soca? Why you don't sing calypso? You only singing them Jamaican music. That's what I was hearing while I was growing up. But I wanted to be true to myself, and I didn't care to be the square peg in the wrong hole, you know? I wanted to be different. I wasn't afraid. I wanted to be odd. I wanted to stand out. I didn't want to be doing what everyone else was doing in my island. And I think by doing that, I had a one-up. Because I was in my own lane with a name, a heavy name, Queen Omega. So So the woman them just need to, just come out. Don't, just do your thing. Come out. And I think right now, I am seeing some more women. I don't know about you, but I think I'm seeing the women is coming out. So I'm encouraging my sisters. You all come out, do your thing, be modest, keep it clean, and balance it.
I think one thing that helps very much, is to see artists like you, trailblazing and, showing it's possible, it's actually an option.
And the thing is, the main ingredient is believing in self. Because if I listen to all them people in my island, no disrespect, I love all my Trini people, but we have a way that we like to follow the crowd, because everybody's doing it, I want to do it, and I'm not that type of person. I will always stand alone. I don't mind being a lone ranger. I remember when I started in the business, I was always the only woman amongst all the men. And you know what? It was fine because I grew up with brothers. So hey, I was always the queen and it feels comfortable for me. So believing in self is such an important factor to have. You must believe in yourself, because if I listen to the naysayers at home, I might have been queen of soca. You never know. I would have been known as a soca queen. But I'm known as a reggae queen, and I give thanks for that, because it's something fresh. It's something different, and I represent from my island same way, because here we have a reggae queen from Trinidad. Oh, from Trinidad, whoa. I thought she's Jamaican. It's a different vibe. It brings a ring. It makes people look at me. Oh, she's from Trinidad. Oh, let's see what she has to offer. Or, she from Trinidad. Let me do it in a Jamaican voice. She from Trinidad. Make me see if she can do reggae. Make me see if she can. Yeah, man, she a go on, It's that. That's the outcome when you believe in self.
Okay, so that's the advice you would give young upcoming female artists?
Of course, believe in yourself. Come on, if you are your first fan, you're your first cheerleader. If you're selling something and you don't believe in the product, you won't be able to sell this product. And as an artist, you sell yourself. You are the product. Sometimes I don't like to say it, but it's the truth. I am the product. I am selling myself. I put myself out there on a stage, on platforms. People see me and they're like, yeah, I think she could fill our club. Let's book her. That's what it's about, because this is a job. This is, at the end of the day, it's a business. Music is a business. At the end of the day, we can't forget that. So it's that professional level. It needs to be on that professional level. That's why you really have to believe in yourself, so that you can let people know what you bring in.
Pierre wants to ask a question.
Queen Omega, my question is, like, reggae and dancehall since long time are global music and getting more and more global. And some astoundingly good pieces of music are coming from the four corners of the earth. So the question is how it's been to work with producers outside the Jamaican tradition, as for example Little Lion from Switzerland, or my good friend Paolo Baldini living in Italy, or Lentourloup from France.
The thing with me, I love working with different producers because they have different flavor, And yeah, I really full joy that moment, because as you see, certain tracks you do, you don't know where it's gonna go, and that's why I like to work with different producers, because you get to reach different markets, different audiences, different territories. It's important. You need to know how to spread. Yeah.
Okay, before I ask my next question, I would like to play another song from Queen Omega.
Yeah.
That was the title track from the album Servant of Jah Army. Actually, the song is called Jah Army.
Yes.
Released in 2008 on the British Ariba label.
Yes.
Yeah, how did it come about that you worked with Matt Professor, and what was it like to work with him?
That was my days when I was like, okay, so I went to London in 2001. Obviously, you start going to a territory, you keep going, you're building. So I met with Matt Professor early, like in 2003, and I did some background vocals for, I can't even remember, some big artist, because he was working on an album and he wanted my voice. And then we talked about, doing a project together, and that manifested after with Servants of Jah Army.
Okay, on this album as well as basically on all your albums, you are known for your powerful messages. And how far do you think music has the potential to bring about change?
Of course, music is a weapon, Music is it's a powerful tool. Music has always brought about change because the message was always in the music and it will always be in the music. You understand?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And your music is very much characterized by the Rastafari message. Maybe you can tell us how Rastafari entered your life and what part does it play in your life?
At that time in my life, I was really searching. A lot of things didn't sit right. As I said before, I grew up in a Christian home. When I was like 16, I can say I got an awareness, a conscious awareness. I am the type of person to ask a lot of questions, and I was asking questions, and my parents, they didn't seem to have the answers. So I was doing my own searching. And when I started searching, I got a lot of doctrines of His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie, and the teachings of this king. I was like, yo, this is what I want to hear. And then I was telling my parents, so how come nobody don't talk about Haile Selassie, this powerful man, king of Ethiopia, what going on, And I was like, yeah, he came to Trinidad, and I was like, but there's more to this. And it come with the lifestyle, come with the diet, it came with my dress, everything just, for me it was like a transformation. Because when I got the teachings, it just sank within my subconscious, and I just decided, listen, I want to be a Rasta woman, because this is for me. This is for me. I could be an italist. I could wear my dress. I don't have to wear pants. This is the vibration. I could show love. Why we can't show love? I could care for my brother. I could be kind. I could be gentle. I could be an empress. I could be a nurturer. So it was just everything, just with Rastafari, all that came together for me. And my mom, because my mom, we have a good relationship, of course, being her only girl, right? So at that time, I was in the scriptures a lot because I said I was searching. So I was reading and, searching, reading. There was no computer. It was books at that time, So I was doing a lot of reading and reading the scripture and reading some spiritual books. I read books, Buddhist books, read Bhagavad Gita, everything. I did it, right? Because the name again, Queen Omega, Mother of Creation, Mother of Creation means all nation, creation, all nations. So I had to learn a little bit of everything. And when I got that teachings of Rastafari and I read certain scriptures in the Bible, I was like, this thing making sense to me. How come nobody not seeing this? And then there are says, who have the eyes to see will see. I say, oh, so people blind. Shit. I need to start to sing music to help my people eyes open. I felt like everything just came together. I felt like, yeah, Queenie, this is you. You have to be a Rasta woman because, yeah, then you could sing reggae. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and that was for me. That was like the conscious awakening. At the time I was 16, already writing a lot, not songs, but I was writing poems, real conscious, lyrics, deep poems. And then my dad say, all them poems is writing, they could be songs. And it was like another bright idea. Bing! I say, oh, I can write songs. It's true. And I started writing my own songs. So that's why I had 4 albums within the 4 years, because I had a thick book with loads of lyrics. Just waiting.
And these were all poems. They started as poems, or did you write them as songs?
No, well, the poems, I never transformed my poems as songs, really. The poems were poems. I really started to write songs. When my dad said to me, you can write songs. I was like, yeah, Daddy, I could write songs. He said, yeah, because them poems, that come like songs. You just need to put music to it. And I really started to write songs. Like Hypocrites and Parasites, from the first album that was already written. A lot of songs that I had that was recorded on the albums was songs that was written from 16, 17, 18, from that time when I got my conscious awakening.
As a touring artist who travels the world and gets to interact with people from all over the world, what do you think Rastafari can teach the world?
You know what? That is a very good question, because a lot of people have their own version of Rastafari, but Rastafari is a level of militancy where there's no compromising. If you know your truth, you can't compromise your truth, and the truth is love. There is no greater truth than love, because we are love. We were born out of love to show love. We can't live without love. And that is the truth. And that is what the Rastafari teachings for me is really about. Unifying everybody on this level of love. Because if we really and truly love one another, we are not going to see skin color. We're not going to see religion. We're not going to see social status. All these things become non-void. Because love is what rule. We're functioning on love. Love is that religion, really. Love is that God that we say we're serving, which we're not really serving, honestly. But love is the Most High, and that's the frequency, it's the highest form, it's the highest frequency. And for me, that's what Rastafari is, because Rastafari shows that love, even to a child, even to somebody on the street. For me, as a Rasta woman, strangers approach me. And I know it's because of my dreadlocks and how I look. Everyone know that a Rasta man or a Rasta woman is a humble soul. They can't approach them. And that's because of love.
The last song that I want to play in this session perfectly fits what you just talked about. It's a song that went viral 3 years ago.
Okay.
Let's listen to No Love That Played for a little line
Bang,
sound.
bang, bang, bang.
No
My last questions before I open the conversation up to the public. Queen Omega, how do you nurture this unapologetic combative spirit that you embody? What drives you? What keeps you going with that energy?
Is that a trick question? Because I don't know. How would I answer that? I'm being me. There is only one me. I'm just being me. I grew up tough, you know. I grew up tough. When I say I grew up tough, growing up with my brothers was not easy, you know. Of course, I had to prove myself. I had to play. I had to be like a tomboy. I climbed the tree. I played football. I did everything because being a girl, to keep up with them, I had to be like them. And that masculine energy, which is very much alive, you can see it in my militancy. I don't know. I love what I do. I love myself. I know I was born with a purpose. The purpose is the voice, to sing, to spread the message, to awaken my people through the music. And because I know this, I just do everything that will make me do it better. I try to eat good. I take time to meditate. You know, I take time to be in nature. I take time to go to the river. I love the nature. When I have chance, I walk bare feet. People say, "You're a queen, walking bare feet." I say, I'm grounding. I'm grounding. I love walking on the earth bare feet. I love connecting with trees. I will hug up a tree. When I hug up a tree, I don't know, but there is something here that can feel. I'm a feeler, right? We have different gifts. Some see, some smell, some hear, some taste. Some can feel. I can feel like me. Sometimes I feel like I'm a porcupine. My antennas are out there, and it's like I can feel. I can pick up vibration. And this is another gift that I think I have. And because of this, I just be who I am, try to understand myself, take time with myself. I have a lot of moments alone, really. And that is because when I'm alone, I hear that inner voice. And that inner voice is always guiding me, always telling me something before it happened, or it's like a spirit of revelation. I can't explain it. There is a spirit of revelation that walks with me and tells me stuff, and I love this. So, you know, I'm just being myself and, you know, just trying to, you know, be the best version of myself so that I don't fail. When I say I don't fail, I mean like, especially for the youths, because I have a lot of young princesses who are looking up to me. So, you know, I have to be the best Queen Omega they can be so they can see, you know. And that's all I want to do. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, so this is your chance to put your questions to Queen Omega. Pierre?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Groom Saifu from Ethiopia. We love you there in Ethiopia, so I want to make some peace message for Ethiopian people, also for Africans.
Yes.
So as a female reggae musician, how do you feel the status you have right now? Because I am seeing you in the biggest reggae festivals around the world. Bless.
It is a blessing. It is really a blessing, you know, like a child wanting a gift, and you do everything to get this gift, and you finally get the gift. That's the feeling. I feel really blessed within my spirit and my soul. I feel like fulfilled, like I'm really doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not off the track, no time. I'm on track. And everything is just aligning because I'm being true to my calling, and it's really a blessed feeling. Blessed is maybe not the word, There is no other word I can use, but it's really, right now, I feel really blessed and fulfilled. Yeah.
Greetings, Queen Omega, I, Roots Master,
Blessed.
New Orleans, Louisiana, WWOZ, the People's Radio,
Yeah, man.
and in New Orleans, we love you. We love you because you go contrary to the norm, contrary to the tradition, because you know that a lot of women artists, the quickest way to fame, sex, being raunchy,
Yeah.
being nasty.
Being dirty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you present an alternative.
Yes.
Much respect.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I had to. My dad was very strict with me, being his only daughter. I was like the prize. So because I knew that, I just grew up with a level of knowing I'm beautiful and I have to cover myself. I started covering myself from very young, from 16, from the age of the awakening. Yeah.
Any more questions for Queen Omega?
Someone else?
Got one in the front. Question in the front.
You want a question?
And we have a question over here, yeah.
He's shy.
Yeah, go for it.
Blessings, Queen Omega.
Blessed love, my cheese.
My question is really born out of this captivating discussion here today, because it inspired me so much. Have you ever considered that outside of doing music and the social media stuff, that you could, for example, lecture the
Really?
teachings that you do?
Yes, you know what? That's really good that you brought that up, because it's a desire that I have. And I had the opportunity many years ago to lecture 2 times in a school in Trinidad. And interacting with the youths was beautiful, because I understand the youths. I don't blame them. I was a youth. I know how they think, and to be able to interact with them, I think it's really good for me and for them, because they can see that they have a chance, you know, that things can be different. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna look into that. Management, you hear that? Lecturers. What's that? Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy. Ask your questions.
I represent reggaerevolution.it. I have a reasoning with you. How the reggae music and dub can arrive more to new generation.
How?
It is really question because new generation.
Yes, that's a good question. I think, well, this is just my input, because I've been, you know, as trying to upgrade and rebrand, I'm like, I've been in the business for 20 plus years. So I have people who come up to me telling me they're listening to my music since they were small, and they're real big, and I'm like, yo, oh, this happening, I'm feeling old. They're like, no, Mom, my mom used to play your music. So I'm like, oh, this is a different generation. So I'm impacting a new generation. And I said that before, I have a lot of princesses, like 3, 4, 5, 6, Queen Omega. And for me, I think spreading, and when I say spreading, touching, experimenting different genres, like the hip hop, like the No Love. This particular dubplate/song was like 40 plus million views, right? Now, yeah, I'm known. However, if I did not do that particular track on that hip-hop version, it's only because of the hip-hop version, you know, I reach a different audience. So for me, it's, I think, getting yourself, learning to spread yourself as an artist, doing collaborations, featurings, and also doing different music, going out of the box. Because I am a reggae artist, I will always be known as a roots artist, but that doesn't mean that I won't sing a little soul. That doesn't mean you won't hear a little hip hop, a little R&B, a little jazz, a little dancehall, because it is music. I would always remain true to who I am, and you will always hear that conscious lyrics, no matter what type of music it is. And I think this is the answer.
We have time for one or two more questions, so step forward.
Don't be shy.
Well, if nobody asks a question, I ask a question.
Okay.
What is in the pipeline? What are you working on? What is your next release?
New album. I've been like performing some of the songs of the new album on tour. Elevate is it's the album track, and it's one of the high energy songs on the album. So I have the new album released in 2027, early before spring, very early. And we're going to be rolling out some of the tracks before the year is over. So of course, new music, brand new music. I love this album. I love this album. It's another level because I'm growing. I'm not a caterpillar anymore. I'm a butterfly.
And,
growing, you know, and it feels good. It feels good to be in the business, to survive so long, and you know, to still be blazing the trail. It feels good. Yeah, I feel kind of. I'm a young vintage. I'm kind of like a young vintage. Yeah, yeah.
And what's the album titled and who's releasing it?
Elevate.
Uh-huh.
Elevate.
And who?
I don't want to leak anything no more. I'm not
Okay.
gonna leak.
Okay, we'll watch out for that.
Certain things we just have to keep surprise, you know? Yeah. But Elevate, this is the album title, and why Elevate? Because that's the level. That's how I feel. That's how I feel in my career. I feel like I have elevated. I'm on another level, you know? I'm growing. And it feels good. I'm not stagnant. I'm not stuck at one place, you know? Yeah. I have some big artists gonna be working with me in the future, so it feels good.
Okay.
Yeah. I love you, oh, I love you.
Pete.
Love you too.
So I have the microphone and I will get the last question. So it's 2026 and it's another Queen Omega show for Rototom people. So what will happen on stage?
All you have to be there. You need to be there to see. I don't even know what will happen. You know, I don't plan my shows. Of course, beside how I look, of course I plan how I look. But like to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, I don't. I just vibe. Like when I get there, how the crowd treat me is how I will treat the crowd. If the crowd go wild, it's the more crazy I would be. You know, if them calm, I would still be going crazy, of course. But it's like the more energy that I get, it's like I'm amplified. You give me energy, you're going to get turn up the place. It's going to be a very nice vibe as usual. I love performing, so I always give my all. I cannot give 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. It's not possible. I give 100 all the time.
Thank you very much.
So make sure you don't miss Queen Omega tomorrow on the main stage at 9 p.m.
And just to remind, we will be right back here tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. here at the Reggae University. We will be face to face with Alpha Blondie. So make sure you come early for that session. We will follow that up at 7 p.m. with a Roots Reggae session featuring the Itals. But one more time, please put your hands together for our special guest, Queen Omega.
Thank you. Thank you.